Here's how I was able to take my biggest failures in life and turn them into my greatest successes. And this is something that I'm confident that could be possible for any single person, including you. When I was a little kid, I always thought I must have been the dumbest in the class. It was super hard for me to pay attention. I never turned my assignments on time, and I never got the best grades either. Time and time again, I failed classes in high school and got yelled at by sports coaches and my parents. I thought that college must have not been for me, so I didn't really do a good job on my ACT, and I didn't care to get good grades. After high school, I decided to move to Ecuador, where I learned that I had a love for culture, for language, and that I actually really loved to gain new knowledge. I also learned there that I had more value than I ever thought. This gave me the motivation and the confidence to say that maybe I could give college a shot. So I started in a local community college where I decided I was going to take on 16 credit hours and on top of that be working full time. This was during COVID, so all of my classes were online as well as my work. So I was stuck looking at a computer for hours on end, and this absolutely drained me. Not only that, I was also living in my grandma's basement to save money, which looking back in retrospect wasn't the best idea since I didn't have a social life. Towards the end of that semester, things got really difficult for me. I ended up getting COVID, which made it so I couldn't take any of my finals, and I got kicked out of my grandma's basement. This especially sucked because I just quit my job so I could focus more on school. I ended up failing just about all of my classes except for one where I got a D. And after that, I felt like a complete failure, so I decided to take a break from school for a little bit. I knew I had to get out of my grandma's basement, so I moved up to northern Utah with a couple of friends where I could have a better social life and then work as a roof salesman. There, I saw all of my friends having a really amazing experience in school, and they were absolutely succeeding and thriving. I then decided that I wanted that for myself, and so I decided to apply into Utah State University. After applying, I got a really harsh rejection, and it made me even question if school was right for me. I decided to be resilient, and so I put in a second application into a different state campus where they were a little bit more desperate. And after applying there, I was able to get in and then take all of my credits at that main campus. Although I felt like I hacked my way into the system, I was super happy to be finally going to a major university. I decided to work super hard all summer long and make as much money as possible so that I can give all of my efforts to school and actually succeed. I finally started to get some good grades, and I felt more determined than ever. My whole life, it felt like school was conquering me, but for the first time ever, I was conquering school. That was until I had a super bad accident in a water polo match. In a water polo game with my university, I got elbowed in the back of the head twice and then punched in the face. It ended up opening my eye, giving me a little scar here, but the worst of all is I got a bad concussion. With this concussion came a lot of short-term memory loss, headaches that lasted day after day for over a month. On top of that, I had a major depression that made me feel like that life was just never-ending pain. Unfortunately, this was all during finals, so I ended up getting really awful grades during this, and it made me question if I really wanted to go back to school. On top of that, this concussion brought me to a really dark place mentally, ended up really hurting my self-esteem and made me question if I could really move forward. But I think it's usually those darkest moments in life where we have to be able to press forward before we can get those greatest rewards. During that concussion, I met a really wonderful girl who ended up just bringing so much joy and happiness to my life. She was super fun, made me laugh, really mature, hardworking girl who just made me feel super loved. After falling in love, we decided to get married. And then my first semester in, while we also got married, I happened for the first time in my life to get all A's. And that was despite planning a wedding. This was honestly a super big success for my life. And because of this, I was able to come on a study abroad here to Puerto Rico. And then on top of that, I was able to get accepted into a special program at my school called the Center of Anticipatory Intelligence. This is where they take all the smartest minds from our school to solve really big problems. And I just felt super honored to be part of such a prestige program. Honestly, when I first heard about this program, I thought this must have been something for super smart people, and that wasn't for me. I thought I would never be able to get into it, but because of my perseverance, I could be part of this, and it's helping me to learn new things and really move forward successfully in life. And I share all this because I just want you to know that it doesn't matter how ordinary, normal, or stupid you feel like you are, you can do hard things, you can be resilient and accomplish great things in your life. I'm honestly no one special. I feel like I'm not the smartest, I'm not the strongest, I'm not the wittiest person out there, but I am able to be resilient, I am able to do hard things and to keep moving forward no matter how many failures I have. With each failure in life, it honestly just gives you another opportunity to keep moving forward, to be stronger, and to be resilient. A lot of people think that the only people who succeed in life are those who have everything handed to them, but I'm here to tell you that that is not true. It really doesn't matter where you come from, how high your GPA is, how much money you have in the bank, you have the potential to be successful. Even this guy walking in the background of me, he has the potential to be super successful. What matters most is that you have hope in yourself and that you keep picking yourself up and moving forward. If you can do literally these two things, hope in yourself that things will get better and keep moving forward, I promise that you will have success. So if you feel like that you keep failing time and time after again, please believe in yourself, have hope for a better future. And if you feel like there's anyone you know that really needs this message, make sure to share it with them.